Since mountains were first introduced in the Tour de France, climbers have been elevated by the cycling community as a kind of demigod. Although all disciplines of a cycling race are exciting and the best riders are always revered for their skills, when talking about climbers, there's nothing but amazement. Today's video starts a series with which we want to crown the best climbers of all time. But for this, we want your collaboration. It's important that you vote because we want the audience to choose the best climbers in history. We'll make several videos dividing cyclists by decades, and from all the votes you leave in the comments of each video, we'll choose the top 10. 2 weeks after the last video, we'll make the final video with the ranking that you have chosen. So subscribe, stay until the end, and don't forget to vote. Richard Carapaz, Carchi's locomotive, rose to the level of the best at the 2018 Giro d'Italia, with 2 stage wins serving as a presentation to the big peloton. Although it was in the Giro d'Italia 2019 where he consolidated his level. Today, we consider Carapaz, without a doubt, one of the best climbers in cycling. Second in the 2020 Vuelta, third in the 2021 Tour, and second in the 2022 Giro, the Ecuadorian cyclist has been alternating great performances in the different Grand Tour each year. Great victories such as Navacerrada, Alto del Acebo, or Lucabad give proof to the quality of Richard Carapaz as a climber. During the next year, 2024, the great Ecuadorian rider will face on French soil 2 extraordinary challenges, the Tour de France and defending his crown of Olympic champion in Paris. Although he has joined Team Emirates this year to help Pogacar, we cannot deny that Adam Yates is one of the best climbers in the peloton. During his time with the Bike Exchange and Ineos teams, he has clearly demonstrated his ease for climbing, with triumphs in Tirreno Adriatico, Dolfine, Volta a Catalunya, or La Clásica de San Sebastián. This year, 2023, he won the first stage of the Tour placing leader and wearing yellow for 3 days. In 2024, he'll be ready, without any doubt, the great support of Pogacar in the mountains to try to unseat Jonas Vingegaard from the throne of the Tour de France. With the necessary maturity to know his strengths and weaknesses when it comes to tackling the fight for great victories, Hindley is one of those cyclists who is comfortable when the road begins to ascend, standing out especially in marathon days that involve several chained efforts. This was demonstrated in stage 20 of the Giro d'Italia 2022, when on a route through Passo San Pellegrino, Passo Pordoi, and the finish in La Marmolada, he stole the pink from a great specialist like Richard Carapaz. The Bora rider managed to win the 5th stage of the 2023 Tour with a finish in La Rance, where the cyclist had to ascend Marie Blanc and Soudet, which makes it clear that Hindley is among the best climbers of the moment. The American rider of Jumbo Team has shown during the last Vuelta a España that if he's left free, he's capable of being at the height of any climber and even beating him. He has spent practically his entire career behind a leader, and it's undeniable that without his help, neither the Tours of Vingegaard nor the Vueltas or Giros of Roglic would have been possible. He has victories in Dauphiné, Tour de France, Andorra la Bella, and El Acebo, which confirm him as a great climber, and outstanding results even having to work for another in the most decisive stages of the Grand Tours, where he's even able to dispute the top 10. Clearly, we have to include him in the top of current climbers. A brave and ambitious cyclist like few others, perhaps the very high mountain is not one of his strengths, but he has shown that in the mountains, he's at the height of the best. He couldn't fight for the last Vuelta a España after his strange feint in the Tourmalet stage, but he left us incredible exhibitions in Lara Belagua and Cruz de Linares. With his young age, he has won a Grand Tour, the 2022 Vuelta a España, and has in his palms, among other great triumphs, 3 classics of San Sebastián and 2 victories in Liège. Being the child prodigy since his beginnings on the bicycle, he's destined to dominate cycling during the next decade. However, this coming 2024, Remco Evenepoel must face his greatest challenge, the Tour de France. We don't know if he can overcome the great climbers like Pogačar or Vingegaard, but what is certain is that whoever wants to leave him behind will have to sweat blood. The veteran Slovenian has shown this 2023 that he can still compete at the highest level in any race, including Grand Tours. His victory in Giro d'Italia and the recent Giro d'Emilia serve as proof. His dominance in Vuelta a España, with his 3 victories in the general classification, triumphed in mythical peaks such as Lagos de Covadonga or El Mirador de Ézaro, or his triumphs in Serre Chevalier or Liège, Bastogne-Liège place Roglic as one of the best climbers of today. Over the years, he has lost explosiveness in the starts, but has gained maturity and experience, which makes Roglic a dangerous enemy in any big mountain pass. Without a doubt, an exceptional climber. The Danish rider has become even above Tadej Pogačar, the reference of current cycling. His 2 victories in the Tour de France have catapulted him into the firmament of the sport of 2 wheels, a cyclist capable of holding a very high pace for a long time and who has given us glorious stages, such as that Granon day during the 2022 Tour de France. Relying unconditionally on his team, Vingegaard has proven to be at the height of Pogačar in the great mountain stages, even above, always finishing in spectacular fashion the work of his teammates. All this places Vingegaard indisputably among the best climbers of this century. The Slovenian cyclist is a spectacle on all terrains, both flat and high mountain. He always performs and looks for the most spectacular side of showing his talent. A tireless climber capable of winning monuments and grand tours. At 24 years old, he already has an incredible track record. And not only does he have physical qualities from another planet, but he already has achieved results typical of cyclists like Eddy Merckx. With 2 Giros di Lombardia, a Liège, Bastogne-Liège, and a Tour of Flanders, what has really put him at the top are his 2 victories in the Tour de France. With an aggressive and brave style, he has won many stages of high mountains, such as Cauterets, La Planche de Belleville, or Luz Ardiden, always showing his quality as a great climber. All this makes him, at 24 years old, not only one of the best climbers of today, but one of the best in cycling history. Choose your favorite and write it in the comments. Thank you very much for getting here. If you liked the video, subscribe and click like. Don't forget to vote. And if you want to continue enjoying the best climbers in history, don't miss this.